What if we misunderstood Jesus and the timing of his return, and he's already come? This is the uncomfortable part. Jesus wasn't vague about when he would return. He didn't say someday, he didn't say far off in the future, he gave us a clear time marker. After describing the tribulations, the false Messiah, the Antichrist, the judgment, and his second coming, Jesus said this very plainly. Matthew 24:34 says, "Remember, all these things will happen before this generation passes." With that being said, that sentence either means that Jesus was lying, or we've had a huge misunderstanding about our true history. And I don't just mean our recent history, I'm talking about the history of humanity for the last 2,000 years. The Greek word used in that context for generation was genea, and this is usually where the interpretation gets bent. Genea means people living at that same time, not a future race and not 1,000 years later. In fact, every time that Jesus used the word genea elsewhere in the Bible, he was always criticizing people standing right in front of him. He said in Matthew 12:39, "An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign." Same word, same meaning, same exact audience. That is the context that Jesus used the word genea in. And here's the key. Jesus isn't confused, he doesn't exaggerate, and he definitely does not lie. If he said this generation, he meant the generation that was standing right there present with him at that very moment in time. So that means that Jesus was wrong. Or the events that Jesus described happened within 40 years, which is exactly when Jerusalem and the temple were destroyed in 70 AD. So we've got the beast, the mark of the beast, the persecution, the judgment, the destruction of the temple. They all land within that same window that Jesus pointed to. So if Jesus kept his word and did come back in judgment in that generation, what came after that? Follow for part 5 because this is where the millennium stops being confusing. I'll see you there.